But David, comparatively, was nowhere close to the amount of prophecies that Jesus fulfilled. Hundreds of years before Jesus came on the scene, there were prophecies given that he ended up fulfilling. Now, you can go read this online somewhere. You can read books about this. Scholars actually debate the number of prophecies, because we define prophecy differently at times, that Jesus actually fulfilled. But at a minimum, it's well over 200 specific prophecies that Jesus fulfilled when he showed up and in his life. Sometimes people say up to almost 400 prophecies that Jesus fulfilled. From the Old Testament, hundreds of years before, Jesus filled them out. Let me give you some examples. The time of his birth, where he was born, in Bethlehem, that he was going to be born of a virgin, that he would be betrayed for 30 pieces of silver, that he would be mocked, crucified, pierced. All that was predicted, that he would die with the wicked, but be buried with the rich. That was which tomb he was put in. That he'd be from the genealogy of David, and so many more. Those are examples of things said hundreds of years before that Jesus fulfilled to exactness. Which Jesus even kind of proves here in Matthew 21. He turns to his two disciples and he predicts when they go into this village, what are they going to find? A donkey with, a mom donkey with its unridden child, its colt. And he says, go, find them, bring them back. And they're like, okay. And they go in there and what do they find? They find a mother donkey with an unridden colt. Hello, it's supposed to point them to something like Jesus is the fulfillment, which the proof of that is Zechariah 9 verse 9, that the Messiah would show up as a humble king on a young donkey. Jesus said, watch this, I'm gonna fulfill it in front of you. They go and find it, bring it back. That's how we get the triumphal entry. So Jesus fulfilled prophecy, but here's what's amazing about all this. This just gets into some apologetics kind of stuff here. You just take 8 prophecies. I mentioned 7 or 8, 9 right there. Just take 8 of them. The statistical probability of one person fulfilling just 8 of those is something like 1 in 10 to the 17th power. Now, I know you can't even visualize that number, so let's put it up on the screen. That's 1 with 17 zeros behind it. 100 quadrillion. Imagine if you covered the state of Texas with nickels 1 foot deep, and you reach in and you pick out the one red nickel randomly out of the entire place, and you pick the right one the first time. That is the probability, statistically, of one person fulfilling just 8. Jesus, over 200, up to 400. Fulfilled them all. That's stunning, isn't it? Like only God, there's no randomness to this. Only God could have set all this up for it to exactly happen as it did, to prove who he is.